summer 1402. The Anatolian plains were about to witness an unprecedented storm.
From the west, an unstoppable army marched relentlessly. Swords were sharpened. Armor gleamed in the harsh light. The sound of thousands of hooves made the earth tremble. The fortress of Ankara watched the approaching doom in silence. After a grueling march, the Western troops reached the Chubuk Plain. The scorching July sun burned like fire against their iron armor. The entire army had only one hope: the cool waters of the local river.
All right, lift on 3. 1, 2, 3. Hold it steady now. We need more tension on this line.
Under the cover of darkness, movement began in the eastern camp.
It was not a night raid, but one of history's greatest engineering traps.
Earth, stones, and logs were used to block the water's path.
The river was silently diverted away from the western camp. According to legends, the remaining stagnant pools were poisoned. Unaware of the impending doom, the soldiers slept deeply. When morning broke over the plain, the sight was devastating. The river had vanished. Only mud remained where the water used to flow. Soldiers rushed to fill their flasks, only to freeze in shock. Panic, fueled by thirst, spread rapidly through the camp. Even the war horses grew restless from the lack of water. The battle hadn't even begun, yet a critical blow had been struck. By midday, the July heat became utterly unbearable.
Heavy iron chainmail baked the soldiers alive.
The left and right flanks locked into position, banners waving in the hot wind. But the opposing horde outnumbered them vastly. The air was thick with tension. Time seemed to stop.
Then, the first horn echoed.
The sky instantly darkened with a terrifying rain of arrows. The sound of metal striking metal rang out relentlessly.
Lips cracked, and arms grew too heavy to lift a sword.
Some soldiers even abandoned the fight to drink from muddy puddles. The water trap had functioned flawlessly. Just when they thought things couldn't get worse, the ground began to quake. It wasn't the sound of horses. Massive shadows loomed within the dust cloud. Anatolia had never seen such beasts before.
Armored war elephants, brought all the way from India. The colossal beasts wore chainmail and carried archers in wooden towers.
Horses, terrified by the smell and size of the elephants, bucked their riders.
The Eastern commander unleashed them perfectly to break the center. The beasts swung their trunks, wielding heavy iron chains. Yet, the elite center guard refused to retreat. They fired flaming arrows, trying to spook the giant animals.
Fire illuminated the dusty air, creating a hellish landscape.
But the Eastern army was relentless, pressing the attack from all sides.
The Western army's right flank was holding firm, fighting valiantly.
Then, the ultimate betrayal unfolded. The mercenary cavalry on the right flank suddenly stopped fighting. They turned their horses around. Secret alliances had been made months before the battle.
The Black Tatars switched sides right in the middle of the carnage. Confusion turned into absolute despair. Seeing the betrayal, the Eastern army intensified their assault.
Only the center remained, surrounded on all sides. The Sultan retreated with his royal guard to a small hill. Kataltepe Hill became the site of a brutal last stand. Wave after wave of Eastern troops charged up the slope.
The elite guards fought with the ferocity of cornered lions. Bodies piled up, but the attackers kept coming.
The Sultan's guard was slowly annihilated. Under the cover of dusk, a desperate escape attempt was made. The Sultan's horse collapsed, shot by an arrow.
For the first time in history, an Ottoman Sultan was taken alive. The news echoed across the plains like a death knell.
The conqueror sat in his tent, victorious and unchallenged. The aftermath of the battle changed the world forever. The Eastern warlord soon packed up his invincible army. The Eastern warlord soon packed up his invincible army. He turned his gaze toward a new horizon, China. The elephants marched away, leaving deep tracks in the soil. The plains of Ankara fell silent once more. The dried riverbed eventually filled with autumn rains. But the scars on the land would never fade. The fortress still stood, a silent witness to the tragedy. a tale of brilliance, thirst, and betrayal. The Battle of Ankara etched its name in blood into the annals of history. They would return, stronger than ever. But the memory of 1402 would remain a dark shadow. A permanent reminder of human vulnerability. Thus concludes the epic of the Ankara Plains. History marches on, leaving its ghosts behind.